This is my third attempt. It better work. So, hello everyone. My name is Jill. I'm 26 years old, and yeah, I recovered from an eating disorder a few years ago, and I still make observations from week to week. I learn something new and I make a new discovery. About kind of how people behave and how ingrained all of this diet culture is, and it's super crazy to me. So I'm sharing one of the observations that I made, or multiple. So I go to a youth camp every spring. It was last weekend, and basically there's children from the age of six, 7, up to like 25-year-old people. So this whole range. And mostly there's a lot of teenagers. And I was in the kitchen. I mean, it was in a forest. We just had fire and like special huge pots with fire underneath to prepare meals and prepare breakfasts and stuff like that. And we also gave out food to all the children and all the teenagers and whatever. And for me, it was crazy. We gave out, as I said, like to all ages. And the children, they would eat more or less the same amount, no matter whether they were a boy or a girl. But then coming up to the teenagers, wow, it was really like you could tell by how much you put or had to put into the plate, whether it was a girl or a boy. Because I always asked like how hungry, like how much do you want, and I would start putting, and then like all the girls were like, no, it's enough. And it was like this amount of pasta, maybe this, I don't know, but really little. And then this amount of sauce. And then for the boys, they wanted like this amount of pasta and this amount of sauce. Crazy. And I don't know, for me it was just a little shocking that the 14-15-year-old girls all ate so little, because I mean, also the girls have to grow a lot. They start getting their periods, they, I don't know, get more curvy and blah blah blah. Like, girls undergo a huge change during teenage years. So it was super shocking to me that there was such a huge difference in food that the girls ate versus the boys. And maybe that's normal, but honestly, I do think it has to do with diet culture. And yeah, that kind of girls are already so trained by social media and whole society to eat little. Yeah, that they just eat so little and less than they should eat. And it made me a bit sad. And then the second thing that I also noticed was I was like all of the people in the kitchen, like me, it was like 5 or 6 people. We were all women from, I was the youngest, 26 to 34 years old. So like this range. And me and my home, I have all food types. I have a lot of snacks, a lot of like juices, chocolate, Nutella, everything. And my boyfriend and I, we just eat whatever we want. And of course, we do like vegetables. We like to cook vegetarian, stuff like that. But also we do a lot of snacks and a lot of cake, and yeah. But then when I was eating with the girls there, they always had to make some kind of comment. Like, for example, oh my god, I'm already so full after like one plate, where I was eating like 2 or 3 plates. And then they would say like, oh yeah, but I maybe take like a quarter of this and that, but I'm so full. And then they would say like, oh, it's only once a year that I get to eat, I don't know, Nutella, or get to eat or drink orange juice. Like, it's only in this camp that I eat or drink that and that, because it's so special. And it's the most basic thing ever. But they just never have it at home because of, I guess, diet culture. And yeah, it was just a little shocking to me. And also then we ate some cake and some chocolates or whatever. normal things in a camp, and I would always have to say like, oh, so much sugar, I'm eating so unhealthy, and yeah, next week I cannot eat any chocolate at all because I ate too much now, blah blah blah. And it just annoyed me because I've never heard a comment like that from any boy or guy. And it's just, I don't know, I have a little bit of rage against society because I feel like us girls are trained to think so small and like limit ourselves and not eat as much as we want to, not, you know, it's just kind of we're in a cage in a way. And I really always try to fuck it. Like, even I, who am very aware of all of those dietary things, and I know that I don't care about it and I just eat whatever I want. But even me, I get triggered by things that my friends say around me. And if, like, the whole weekend you always hear, like, oh my god, it's so much sugar, it's so much blah, 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 blah. Even I start to think, like, oh, okay, maybe I'm eating too much, maybe I'm eating too unhealthy if I'm eating more than all of them and they're complaining that they're eating too much, you know? So even I get a little insecure, and now it's already past and I'm like, fuck it. It's just annoying me that society is so, has trimmed us girls so much into, yeah, being afraid of eating, being afraid of, you know, taking space. I don't know. And of course, there's also guys like that. Like, a few guys were also, I think it was only one guy that was like, okay, tomorrow I have to start eating healthy again, blah, blah, blah. But all of the rest of the guys, they just ate as much as they wanted to. And then on the contrary, they were like running around and doing whatever just because all of the food they eat, and in the end they have very good satiation signals. Like, they eat a lot, but they also know when to stop. And then if they maybe ate too much, they just take the food and have energy from it and move and whatever. I don't know. It just made me think a lot that there's such huge differences between guys and girls in how they're brought up and how they're influenced by all of the social media stuff. And also there's a lot of guys at this scouting thing that like start going to the gym even though they're only like 15, and I'm always shocked because they look so old, but they're only 15, especially one guy. Anyway, and they are like trying to eat as much as they can to like gain muscles and like become broader and whatever. And the difference is crazy. Like, the boys are trained to like come on, like eat a lot, get muscular, get fit, and blah blah. And the girls are like, oh, don't eat too much, like, you know, stay small, stay skinny, stay cute, stay childish in a way. I don't know. It just annoys me so much, and I'm just talking bullshit. But I hope you know what I mean, and it kind of motivates me to eat more and build more muscle. Like, I know you cannot see it, but I'm really trying to train my my muscles. I don't know. It's just, yeah. I'm like, why are we trying to keep girls so small and like trying to, yeah, restrict ourselves, even though being a little curvy is healthy. Like, come on, girls. Anyway, I hope you don't stay small. You eat as much as you can to have as much energy as you can, and then enjoy life as much as you can.